In this video, I'm going to show you why selling XRP at $100 could be the biggest financial mistake of your life. On the surface, $100 per token sounds like a dream come true, but once you understand what's happening behind the scenes, you'll realize that selling too early could cost you not just profits, but generational wealth. Watch until the end, because this could completely change the way you think about XRP. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment. How long have you been holding XRP? Let's start with a simple truth. Every great wealth transfer in history has one thing in common: most people sold too soon. They chased small wins, only to look back years later and realize they had given away the opportunity of a lifetime. Take the California gold rush. Farmers and landowners sold their land for pennies because they wanted quick profits. The real winners? Those who held on. Land in San Francisco that was practically worthless in 1849 became some of the most valuable property on Earth. Or the Texas oil boom. Ranchers sold worthless land dirt cheap, never realizing it sat on oil reserves. Buyers of that land became oil barons, while the sellers walked away with nothing more than pocket change. The same story repeats over and over. Shareholders panicked before the Standard Oil breakup in 1911 and sold early only to miss out on fortunes when Exxon, Chevron, and others dominated the global energy market. Early investors in Japan after World War II thought the country was finished, so they dumped everything. Within decades, Japan staged one of the greatest economic miracles in history. And look at modern times. Apple was left for dead in the 90s. Investors fled. But those who held became millionaires as Apple turned into one of the world's most valuable companies. Microsoft IPO investors who sold after doubling or tripling missed out on gains over 100,000%. Early Bitcoin holders cashed out at $1, $10, even $100. Some spent 10,000 Bitcoin on pizza, today worth billions. History has always rewarded those who held while others sold. And right now, XRP is setting up to repeat the same pattern. Here's the problem. Many retail investors have this goal in mind. Once XRP hits $100, I'm out. I'll sell everything. They see six figures, maybe even seven, and think the journey ends there. But here's the trap. Selling at $100 means giving up the most valuable asset before it even reaches its true utility phase. XRP is not just another crypto token. It's the backbone for cross-border payments, on-demand liquidity, and potentially central bank digital currency rails. It's designed for trillions in settlement volume across the globe. $100 is a milestone, not the finish line. If you sell then, you're doing exactly what the institutions want you to do: hand over your golden goose for a quick paycheck. So, what's the smarter play? It's the strategy the wealthy have used for centuries. They don't sell their most valuable assets, they leverage them. Instead of dumping everything at $100, they borrow against it. And that's the system already being built for crypto. Think about it this way. You own 10,000 XRP. At $100 each, that's $1 million. Most people would cash out, pay massive taxes, and walk away with a fraction of that. But the wealthy would borrow against that $1 million in XRP, unlock liquidity without triggering taxes, and still hold the underlying asset. That money could then be used to buy real estate, businesses, or even reinvest in other opportunities, all while XRP continues to appreciate in the background. And here's the real kicker. Every use case added to XRP's ecosystem, remittances, bank settlements, tokenized assets, commodities, CBDCs, increases liquidity and demand. As global adoption scales, $100 will look like the starting line, not the finish line. The infrastructure is evolving quickly. Today, you can already collateralize crypto for loans in limited ways. Yes, some platforms are risky, but financial products around XRP are maturing. Just like life insurance and 401ks can be used as collateral, XRP will eventually have the same status. The institutions preparing for mass adoption aren't thinking about selling at $100. They're preparing to leverage trillions in settlement volume for decades. Let's step back and ask a bigger question. Why would governments, banks, and enterprises invest in testing private ledgers, regulatory frameworks, and settlement simulations if the endgame was just $100 per coin. That number is tiny compared to the volume Ripple and its partners are preparing to handle. These systems are being built for scale, tens of trillions of dollars flowing across borders. $100 isn't where XRP ends. It's barely where it begins. And here's the mindset shift you need to make. Don't treat XRP like a lottery ticket. Don't think, if I sell at $100, I win. That's the trap. The real mindset is, how do I hold XRP long enough to see its full utility unfold? How do I leverage it smartly so I never have to sell the goose that lays golden eggs? The families and institutions who play this the right way will end up with wealth that lasts generations. Those who sell at $100 will spend the next decade looking back, saying, I had it. I was there. And I gave it away too soon. So let me leave you with this. Selling at $100 isn't victory, it's surrender. The true victory is keeping your position, leveraging it wisely, and staying in the game long enough to see what XRP was really built for. If this gave you a new perspective, smash that like button and drop a comment. Do you think $100 is too early to sell, or are you planning to hold long term?